Hello and welcome to our Yammer presentation today. I'm Rosie King from Corporate Training Options, and our expert presenter is Gordana Marinkovic, and she's going to introduce us to Yammer and all the features of the software. So I'm going to hand over now to Gordana. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. Welcome everyone to our Yammer session. I will just be sharing my screen just to give you guidance of how this wonderful product works. Okay, so what I've done is I've logged into office.com, so that's your starting point, is to type in the URL at the top. And we're going to go to the app Yammer, so we'll right click on Yammer just to open up a new tab. And we've got Yammer displayed on our screen. Now, just to get familiar with the layout, on the left, we've basically got the different navigation tabs, and I'll go through the different settings. In the navigation tab, you have the home, we have your private inbox or your inbox in general, and we have your notifications. We also have the different sections, which are your groups, and this icon here, which is your inbox, kind of repeated at the bottom. This is another way to actually set up a private message. Now, with the home tab, this is your news feed. I'll go to the different types of news feeds you can set up. So you can actually set up an update, questions, a poll, or a phrase. And I'll just load it up just so I can copy and paste just to make it a little bit easier instead of me typing. Now with the update, we're going to basically put in what we're working on today, but I will copy and paste just to speed it up. And I've just copied and pasted some text in there. Now, like most posts, you do have the general formatting where you've got the bold, italic. We can create links to other sources. We can have information in bullet points. This one, this two. Or we could have it in numbering. If I don't want it in bullet points, we can have the numbering. So that's kind of very similar to most general posts. We could also add some GIFs. We could add some files on your SharePoint. Anything that we published in Yammer prior, we could actually add it in there, or we can upload some documents. So I will go through those shortly. We also can specify who we're including in this post, and it gives you a preset summary of the different groups that have been created in your permissions or in your account. So I might basically say everyone in the company will receive this message, or I can tag someone specific. So I might just choose Rosie as an example. I could also add topics. The benefit of using add topic is for your search. The idea is your newsfeed could get quite cluttered with daily posts. So if people trying to find your post, we might need to add some topics just so that way they can search for the post. So I might put a topic that this is relating to what I'm doing. I'm being very general though. It might be relating to training, etc. So the hashtag is one way to basically add your topics. Okay, and then I can click on post. Now, everyone in the company and Rosie will get a notification in email, but if they don't, they've changed the settings, and I'll show you shortly how to actually change your settings as well. And that way you can see that post has now been published, and everyone in the company can see it, and Rosie will also see this message. If I decide that I've made a typo or I'm not happy with the way the message has come through, I do have the edit option. So I can go back in there and make changes. So I might put in a test 3. And that way I can save the changes. Or I could all edit and add more people as a tag or an @ mention. @ mentions can be built in your message body as well. So you started off with, I might just turn off the numbering system. Use the @ symbol. I can start typing in the person's name. So I might @ mention Rosie again. And that way, not only tagging it overall, you can basically tag them within the actual post. But you started off with the @ symbol, and then you start typing in a few characters, and it will give you all the people that you have in your organization to tag. I might tag Andrew as well, but I might put in test at the top so they know not to pay too much attention to this post. So click on save, and that way you've got a choice of whether you you set up a tag or an @mention in the actual post. Now, when people receive this post, they can like this post just to communicate across that they've read the post. They can reply it to actually build conversation. They can share it, so they could actually share it as a private message or a group message, and I'll go through this a little bit more detail. Okay, and then they could also, on that ellipsis, they can stop following this message. They can bookmark it. The benefit of bookmark is you can save it. Again, if you visualize that your news feeds can get quite lengthy, you might want to save any news articles or posts that relate to you, and you can have access to all those like the favorites, a convenient way to search for all topics that you're interested in. Okay, you can move the conversation, and we'll go through that again. You can move it to different groups, but I'll explain groups first. Okay, and so forth. Okay, so that's the update. It's just a general post. You do have the question one, so we might ask someone a question in here. I might ask everyone if they're exercising. Again, I'm going to cheat and copy and paste. My keyboard's not right. Oh, we've got our spell check, luckily. Okay, so again, you set up a question that you'd like people to build conversation and respond to. I am going to jazz it up just to make it stand out. So this time I'm going to use a GIF image. And in the GIF, we're going to search for something relating to exercise. And this fellow will do. Again, I need to add it to a group or a people, so I might inform the whole company that we should be exercising just to balance our work and life. And again, I can specifically include someone else, or like previously, I can @mention them up the top. If you are going to use the @mention, you've got to start with the @ symbol, just so you're mentioning them in there in the comment. Okay, so again, add topics. I do encourage you to add topics, as I mentioned earlier on. It's for the search functionality, just to narrow it down. So this one might relate to exercise. And you can have as many tags as you like. I'll click on post. And that way the post has come through. Again, everyone in the company will get a notification that there's a new post come through. Same concept, people can reply. They can like, they can share, they can attach more files, etc. Okay, but you can see the symbol has come through as a question one, while the previous one, it was more just a post. Okay, the poll. The poll is questions as well. It's asking a question, but the idea is you have a choice of answers that you would like people to respond to. So again, I am going to copy and paste. And the answers could be, our uniform could be blue, could be red, might go with yellow, some bright colors, and green. And you can see it keeps building more answers that you may want to include to that question. I may demonstrate on how to upload a file from your computer. If you click on upload. Oh, I need to add it to the whole company first, and then I can upload. And I might just navigate to a photo that I can use. Okay, now because I've inserted a photo, just to tell if the wider audience is asking me to put in an alt tag for the visually impaired. So you'll actually see there's a little warning here. If you click on that little edit pencil, we can basically say it's just choice of uniform. Just so it tailors for all audience. The Accessibility is for just screen readers. So that way no one's disadvantaged with the actual post. If we click on, again, add topics, get into the routine of adding a topic. I won't demonstrate it here because I've already highlighted it twice. But get in the habit of using add topics, that is your metadata, again, for the search functionality. We'll click on post. And that way the difference is here, we're asking what our uniform should be. And the idea is the user could actually vote, whether they want to vote with the blue color, red, and so forth. And that way you'll get a statistical result on what's the best, what's the favorite choice once people vote, and you'll actually see the tally report in here. I might vote for green, and others, when they see this post, they'll keep voting, and you can see that it just starts building a bar chart just to show you what people think about our new uniform. They're online. Okay, let's go to praise. Praise is just to basically announce an achievement someone's done back in the office. So again, I might just copy and paste. And I might just praise myself. But I am joking. Everyone at CTO needs a praise of all their good work that they've done. Again, I might tag specific people. Let me pick it up. I might add it to the all company first, and then I can tag. The app mentioned didn't like it in this one here. Interesting. That might be up the top here. Okay, so this one here works slightly different. It's asking us to do the app mention at the top versus the message body of the post. Again, get in the habit of actually adding topics so people can filter through, and then you post. Okay, so there are three ways to basically set up, four ways you set up your post. You can actually set up an update, which is information. You can question, where people respond via conversation. You can set up a poll, which is like a voting system, and then an announcement to acknowledge someone in the organisation. You also can create groups. So on the left, you can create groups. Currently, everyone in the company in CTO is actually receiving those posts, but sometimes you want to narrow it down just to a certain group. So you can create your own groups. So I might create a training group, and I might add certain members in that that training group. So I might add Rosie, and I'll go with Andrew, and I might add myself. And with this training group, you can actually specify what's public access, so everyone can view this if they wish to, or it could be private, which means only us three can actually see information in this newsfeed. So I might leave it as public, and then I click on Create Group. And that way you can see with the group, same scenario, you can set up your updates, your questions, your poll, you can praise someone, or you can actually set up announcements. There's another tab in there, but it's only for these members that you've added in that group. Okay, you can discover, if you want to search for groups that you can join, you can click on Discover, and it will actually show you any groups that may be recommended to you, or it could be all groups. So currently I'm not in this group here, but that is a private one. And I'm not in this group here, but I can join it. So this is a public one, and you can see that based on the symbol displayed, whether it's private or whether it's a public one. So you can narrow down your conversations per group. In here, you could also set up private messages. So this icon here will give you the opportunity of getting to your inbox. And in your inbox, you can basically create a new message. The message could be posting in a group, or it could be a private message. Now this window here is kind of the same what we see down here. They've given you the convenience, instead of you navigating to a different area, They've replicated that by clicking on create new message, and you can see it's the same information, whether you want to post in a group or whether you want to send a private message. And they'll get a notification in their email that there is a message that you're trying to send to them. This is your notification, so it will flag and it will give you a tally of how many new notifications there are in your newsfeed. You can actually control those notifications by clicking on the settings. And if you go to edit settings, go to the notification section. And I want to be notified for everything, so I've checkboxed all those items, but you can actually narrow it down. If you find that you're getting a lot of notifications, you can narrow it down to only be informed on certain updates in Yammer. And once you've made the changes, you can click on save. Okay, and just to finalize Yammer, the search function is quite neat. I use it quite a bit just to narrow it down because, like I said, as you can imagine, there is going to be a lot of news feeds. Sometimes really hard to actually find the news article that you're trying to search for, or a blog, or resources that they've shared. So the idea is the search. You can type in keywords. I might type in the word work, and then I hit enter to search. It will basically show you all the conversations that have that keyword work. I could also use work and keyword and I might type in office. And means both the keywords need to be displayed. So if I search, you can see that it'll only show me posts where both keywords are in the actual post. Or if I type in work and a capital or, and notice I'm using capitals for and or, because they are a Boolean search. That way you can see I've got more results, because it's saying as long as it contains the word work or office, it will show you all those posts. Okay. And you could also do the advanced search. You can actually narrow it down into a date range if required, or filter through to a different group. So I can search in the all. I can search in different groups that we've created. Okay, now while you're using Yammer, the more you get your head around it, there are shortcuts you could use. So using the question mark on your keyboard, this will give you all the shortcuts you could actually use in Yammer just to work a little bit quicker. So once you get your head around how Yammer works and how you could use Yammer just to speed up your way of navigating, the question mark on your keyboard will give you a list of keyboard shortcuts you could use just to work a lot quicker in the actual program. Okay, and that's a quick rundown of Yammer. It's a great way of collaborating and sharing your information within a large organization. Great for posts, questions, and so forth. Yeah. Over to you, Rosie.
Thanks, Gordana. Can I just say that was awesome. I haven't actually used Yammer a lot, and I really got a lot out of the fact that you said to put a topic onto all your messages so that then people could do the searching. And I also found the searching really handy. Great information. Thank you very much for presenting that for us today. For those of us who would be interested in further Yammer training, we do have Yammer as one of the topics in our Office 365 introduction course. And we've also got a full day of Yammer training available if you'd like to deep dive into the software. So thank you very much, everyone. And thank you especially to Gordana. That was brilliant. And we look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye for now.